Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Touch of Glass sale. Everybody take their seats. We got a big night ahead of us. Some business we're going to get after here right away. I want to make a few announcements right off the start. We won't be loading any cattle, of course, during the sale. After the sale, Shoot 4 is the one where you need to look after it on that part. We'll have a small social here. But the rest of the social will be at the Sandman Inn in the Mendel Room. So if you go in through the doors on the way to the Shark Club, I'm sure you'll hear the festivities underway. So that'll take place immediately following the sale. We have a great set of cattle here today. That's absolutely front to back, red and black, you name it. We got a consignor group that has really pulled out all the stops and brought a good set to town to be evaluated today. We'll see them come to the ring, so I'm not going to talk about that. On behalf of myself and Castle Rock, Tammy, Devin, and Dean here, pleasure to work with these guys, so forth. The start of the catalog here, we got a foundation or a donation auction here for the MS Society of Saskatchewan. Unfortunately, Norma Lee Garden was passed away this summer, and through some visiting with Randy and Owen, they kind of come up with an idea that they wanted to do a donation in memory, not only of Norma, but Randy's mom also suffers it. A good friend and neighbor, Blaine Bentley, did, and many others that won't be mentioned. And anyway, so something a little bit different. It's near and dear to everybody's hearts. Saskatchewan, for some reason, is a place that's high with MS. But I'm going to we have some representatives here from MS, and I'm going to let, and they're better looking than me, and I'm going to let them give a little spiel. And then we're going to get into the Dutch auction.
Well, thank you very much. And I think you well covered it, so I think we're good to, no, I definitely. Thank you so much. My name is Erin Kwan, and I have the privilege of being the president for the MS Society of Canada in both Manitoba and Saskatchewan. My colleague Lisa Smith here taking pictures, who's had some great conversation with Randy and Owen. First of all, I want to give a big round of applause to both Randy and Owen for spearheading this initiative. We are so truly honored and really excited to be here tonight. This is the first time the MS Society has ever been the recipient of any such initiative, so thank you so much for your pioneering spirit. We're truly, truly grateful to both Triple L Angus and 2020 Angus for this initiative in memory of your mom, Norma. One thing certainly in Saskatchewan, as was mentioned, is that everyone seems to know someone who lives with MS, and whether that's your neighbor, your neighbor's neighbor, your neighbor's sister's friend, everyone knows someone. And in Saskatchewan, part of the reason I'm so proud to be from this province is that our tremendous sense of community and the way that people will very, very seldom give instead of, in Saskatchewan, we give in addition to. So we just find room in our hearts and in our pockets and in our time to give to someone else in need. And tonight is certainly no exception. This is an incredible, I think, tribute to your mom, Norma, who actually, in chatting with your dad, I learned was really kind of the catalyst for getting your family involved or continuing the legacy of cattle sales and auctions, which is really exciting. And unfortunately, in Norma's time that she lived with MS, she was not able to benefit from the tremendous treatments and progress that have been made. But in even just in the last 20 years, we are very proud that we now have over 13 disease-modifying therapies. We know now more than ever before about the impact of diet and wellness on MS, and we're very close to being able to provide recommendations even for prevention. So, while unfortunately we were not able to help Norma, that means tremendous things to your children, to my children, and our children's children in the future. So today you're honoring a legacy, but I think you're really starting a new one. So thank you again to both of you and your families for all that you're doing today. And let's get things started and have a great night. Thank you so much to everyone in advance, and let's have some fun.
Thank you very much for that. And Yeah, it's definitely a big donation. Actually, this heifer was slated for the sale, and the original donation heifer come up dry, so she was pulled from the sale lot and brought in as a donation lot. So she's definitely big time. Brent Carey's just going to give some quick introductions and terms, and we'll get started.
Well, thank you very much, Shane, and indeed it's an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with you tonight at a Touch It class. Shane mentioned earlier, gosh, what a super set of cattle we've got on offer for you here tonight. We'll quickly go through the terms and conditions and we'll get on with the fundraiser. But by gosh, when you do it front to back in this set of cattle, both red and black, by golly, they are a wonderful set, and more importantly, come from a great set of people. You sit around the barn all day and day like you get a chance to, and you watch these folks work together and help each other out. It's little wonder that everybody gets along and does what they do best for bringing these cattle to town and here to sale. As a group, by gosh, I don't think you'll find a set of cattle any better than these this fall anywhere in Canada. Pleasure to be working with the Castle Rock crew, and of course I'd like to thank Mike Fleury and his staff here at SLS for allowing us to do this year. Certainly a wonderful place to work with, and they're great people. Folks, you'll find the terms and conditions on the back inside cover of your catalog. We don't need to go through them. You can go through them at your leisure, but I ask that you do that. Working at ringside, we've got Nate Marin and Craig Llewellyn. You pass your bids into them gentlemen, or Shane, or any of his staff, and we'll endeavor to give you a quick, speedy auction sale, have a little fun along the way. We're also covered tonight on the World Wide Web through BV Auctions. Sarah Buchanan is here with us. I'd like to welcome all the folks on the World Wide Web. Folks, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time talking. I believe these cattle will speak for themselves throughout the night. Shane's going to talk a little more about this donation heifer, and we'll get right to it.
You bet. Thanks, guys. For those that aren't familiar about this, how this works, it's $10 a ticket. You bid $100, you get 10 tickets. $500, 50 tickets. So that's how it goes. We'll auction it off for a bit. We'll take some money. We'll do a donation a little later on here. When it says the donation winner, this heifer will come back in at the end of the blacks. We'll announce the winner. We'll go from there.
All right, thank you very much, and once again, let's give a nice round of applause to Owen and Randy for a great initiative here for MS in Saskatchewan. Tell me where. I'm going to get $1,000. I'm going to get $500 on a free tour. I'm going to get $300. I'm going to get $500. I'm going to get $55, $600. I'm going to get $500, $600. I'm going to get $500 on $600. I'm going to get $500, $600. I'm going to get $500, $600. Sold it, $500 on it. Sold it, $500 on it. Castle Rock Marketing, $500. 600, half, 650, add 600, give half word, we did 15 on 50 word, we did 600, we give half, we did half, sold it, $600 on it. Blair, Dot Egg, anybody else there? 6 and a half. 100, 100 and a half. 100, we give half word, we did 100, we did 50 word, we give $200 on it. Word, no half. I'd be to 200, we give half, we did 15 on $300 on it, no half. I'd be to 300, we give 15 on $400 on it, half, 5. I'd be to give half, add 5, 15 on 50 word, we got 5 with Craig, 5 and a half. I'd be to 500, we give half, we did 15 word, we did 5, 5 and a half, we did 15. I sold it $500, Craig's got them 500. 20 Angus. J&S. Crow Brothers.
That's who Owen was buying for. Yep. Anybody else buying for? Lock Farms.
Lock Farms. Southview. Thank you very much. Don't forget they got an event coming up. LD, thank you so much. Anyone else at 500? J&S, thank you. Got him. 100, oh, Ken Ray, thank you very much. Don't forget, and Raz, don't forget tomorrow. Big day for them folks. Anybody else at 500? 100 and a half. Now half. I'd be doing 200, but you get 50 now free. I'd be doing $300 on the way to me. 200, but you now half. At 300, but you get 4, but you get 4, but you get 4, but you get 350, but you get 4. Sold at 350. 350. Blair's West, thank you very much. Kelly, you want to be 3.5? Double F Cattle Company. Eastondale at 350. I Hill at 350. Wright's Livestock at 350. MJT. DKF at 250. SLS, thank you very much, Mike. McKevitt Angus, thank you so much. Howell Red Angus at 250. Wilbar Red Angus, thank you to the Wilmses. Anybody else at 250?
7-Eleven Ranch.
7-Eleven Ranch, thank you, folks.
Fraser.
Fraser, thank you, Jeff. And family, anybody else at 250?
Oh, hold it.
J. Bardee.
I'm sorry,
J. Bardee.
J. Bardee,
Curry Angus.
Curry Angus, Mark Fair at Gladwin, thank you.
Wild Tea Farm.
Wild Tea Farm, thank you, folks.
Minburn Angus.
Minburn Angus at 250. Golden Thread at 250.
Mueller Angus.
Mueller Angus, thank you very much. Ward's Red Angus, thank you, folks. Anybody else at 250? Robert Ballantyne, thank you, sir. Anyone else at 250?
Bobby. Les Saunders.
Les Saunders, right.
Thanks, Les.
Coburn Red Angus. Wendy Willows at 250. Anybody else at 250?
I don't care what they say about you, Bob.
100's bid, 100 and a half, 200 and a half, 100 220 half, 150 wire, 220 half, 100 220 mom, 50 wire, 2 and a half, sold at $200 on it, 200.
Crescent Creek.
Crescent Creek, thank you. Anybody else at 200? RSL Angus, thank you.
Triple H.
Triple H, thank you, sir.
Northern View.
Northern View,
Lee Garden Livestock.
Lee Garden Livestock at 200.
Haynes Angus.
Haynes Angus, thank you very much, 200.
Combest.
Combest, thank you.
Brooking Angus.
Brooking Angus at 200. Anyone else want to be there?
Stuart Angus.
Stewart Angus.
Brettendale.
Brettendale Stewart, thank you. New Horizon at 200.
Neil and Wanda Lee Garden.
Neil and Wanda Lee Garden. Jordan Cease.
Ryan Hurlbert.
Ryan Hurlbert.
Pat Tetzlaff.
Pat Tetzlaff, thank you.
You got Ryan Hurlbert? Ryan Hurlbert.
Ryan, you got him, yeah.
Oh, Stewart Cattle Station.
Stewart Cattle Station, thanks so much.
Larry Fleesing.
Larry Fleesing at 200. Anyone else at 200?
Mainstream Genetics.
Mainstream Genetics, thank you. Anyone else at 200?
Fleesing, you're so savage.
Carrie Cock, Duchess.
I heard you over there.
Thank you to DV for doing that for us. Anyone else at 200? 100's bid, 100 and a half, 100, everybody get half, everybody go 50, everybody get 100, everybody get half, everybody go 50, everybody get 100, everybody go half, everybody go 50, everybody get 100 and a half, sold $100 on it. Can you mark that down to carry auction service? Anybody else at $100? Wheeler's Angus.
Marmac Farm.
Marmac?
Peters.
Peters?
Yep.
Thank you, folks.
Marmac Farm.
Marmac Farm at 100. Eric Hill, all the way from New York.
McAvoy.
McAvoy's, thank you so much.
Lipke?
Lipke Ranch,
That's right.
thank you. Anyone else at 100? BL Red Angus, thank you.
Rock Point.
Rock Point Angus, NBT, NBT, gotcha.
Larry Toner.
Larry Toman, thank you, Larry.
Nicholas Evans.
Nicholas Evans at 100.
Oh, we got
Lewis Wilkinson.
Lewis Wilkinson,
Colin's got quite a bit.
Hang on a second. Bloom Cattle.
Bloom Cattle, thank you. K. Lazy T at 100. I can do that. All right. We've got Aaron and Lisa Pelchat at 100. Rylan and Nevin Gerlinski at 100. Angela Fox.
Or forget.
Yeah,
My memory is going.
I know I've been witness. Angela, Todd and Sue Bygrove. Leanne McKevitt. Bryce and Kristen Noble. Roy Mack Angus at 100. Scott Phillip at 100. Miller Wilson Angus, thank you for them for 100. Austin Krieger at 100. Max Graham. DJ Cattle Company.
All right, we got Tim McViker, Calvin Wigness, Sherry Jaworski, Kendall Gabry, Trent Lowell, Harvest Angus,
Did you forget?
Regan Schlochter.
Regan Schlochter. Thank you.
Thank Randy.
Anyone else at $100?
That AJ Calico,
Thank you,
AJ
folks.
Angus, Adrian Jungman, yeah, yep.
Well, we got okay, thank you. We got Ray and Jeanette Heil at 100. Elliot McGregor at 100. Brett Jensen at 100. Joner Stock Farm. Mike and Sandy Gray. HMCM Dale Angus. Brenda Duhane. Tom and Margaret Hull. Clifford and Sharon Murphy. Brad and Corey Van Meter. Denise Bogus. Travis and Jenny Anderson. Anyone else at 100? Okay, we're going to take one round at 50 for everybody, and then we're going to move right along. And if you want to get in, you can darn sure do what you need to do to get to take a spot during the sale. Anybody at 50?
Owen and Kylie Wills.
Owen and Kylie Wilms, thank you.
XRC Seminole.
XRC Seminoles.
Turn around. Turn around, Bob.
Aaron Steen, thanks Aaron.
Dawn and Gord Davey.
Don and Gord Davey, thank you folks.
Mr. George, Mr. JNS.
Anyone else at 50? Whilst you're thinking on it, I got a list of them here. Corey and Jill Noble. Jenna Tim. Mark Smith. Blaine and Shelley Harlan. Wendell and Leanne Weston. Mark and Tina Severson. I've been looking at this one all the way down the list and I'm afraid to tackle it, but here it goes. Carissa Wengelbach. Wendy Smith. Twisted Sisters Cattle Company. Ray Neeland. Youngdale Angus. Lee Allen. Wayne Bone and Reagan and Aaron Graham and family. Anyone else before we call her good until we get to the point of attack?
You bet. Dylan, or
Go ahead, Craig.
Dylan and Sweets. Yeah?
Llewellyn Cattle Company. Nate Marin for 50. There was also one at $70 from Cam and Betty Ann Stewart up at Peyton. Thank you. Anybody else at $50?
I just got another dozen names for you to write with a hand crank. Tracy Bells. Brandon Sparrow. Glenn Stevens. Sarah Archdeacon. Ruby Fleesick. And this one Randy wrote, if you ever read Randy's writing, Dustin Kozakowski, I think.
Borson Marketing just came in on the DVD auction at $200.
Thanks, Scott. Guys.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. Back to 50. We got a Metz. Oh, Dale and Janet Metz. Sorry, guys, they're here in attendance. Janice Sopatik. Brandon Sanders. Eldon Cattle Company. Remitol Cattle Company. Dane Whalen. Mark Holbrook. Kathleen Kozakowski. And Cindy Mansfield.
Roger Reynolds, CSI, $50.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can hang on that Dean Horn in there for $70 as well.
Folks, I want to thank you for all your graciousness. It's greatly, certainly appreciated. I know the folks at MS are going to be real happy about that. We may not be done. If you do want to get a ticket in, go see the girls in the office and they'll darn sure let you in. As we said, as we moved along through the sale order at the end of the Black Reds, everybody please go to shoot for when you go to load out. We'll get to the end of the black bread heifers and we'll identify who's won this great heifer. Let's give you guys a nice round of applause for yourselves for all your graciousness and support of MS. Folks, we got a wonderful set of